removes confusion. The anointing removes burdens and destroys yokes of your past. I heard God say, well, God, there's something in my flesh. There's a thorn in my flesh. God said, I will anoint you to give you strategy on how to surround your flesh with the goodness and mercy of the Lord, so that when you show up and you're weak, his strength is made perfect in that weakness. God said this right now. God said, I'm camouflaging you in the realm of the spirit, and the devil won't be able to know how to attack you no more, because when you show up, you're going to look strong because my hand's on you. Well, God, what happens if I'm tempted? God said, I'm going to straighten that thing out and make you straight and narrow. You just keep your eyes on me. You keep your eyes on me. You keep your eyes on me.
Welcome back. Wow.
Welcome back. I mean, we just had
a VIP session.
Oh, that VIP session was so good. They got a taste of the master's mind.
It did. And that last question, I went in.
Oh, you did?
And I didn't care about time.
You did not?
And all we did was be in the moment.
How many closes did you have?
0. I'm joking. Go ahead.
No, that was so good. So shout out those of you who had a chance to get in the VIP session. Listen, you guys were in for a special treat. That's just a small little bitty. You dipped your pinky in the TMM pot of what you'll get. You won't ever have to do business alone. You'll get the prophetic side. You'll get the business side. You'll get the strategy side. And so, you know what would be cool, team? If we could just go ahead and drop the link for you guys to just check it out. We'll be talking more about it, and we'll be able to answer those questions. And remember, VIP, we have a Q&A session. We have an after party. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, can I say this one thing? Listen, some of you did not join VIP, right? Because you know, I mean, the $97, the strategy they got, they probably like kicking themselves like, but guess what? You still can join VIP. You'll get the replay of all of the sessions, okay? And there's another Q&A session that's an after party where you can go get your questions answered. But you're going to have to go to VIP. So if I can get my team to drop the VIP upgrade link, $97 is a steal for what we're offering. And then, of course, you guys will come do the rest of the sessions.
Get in the mix. I see you. Kayla said VIP session was fire. Minister Ariel said it's fire. Let's see here. A lot of y'all were in here. Shanita said, I'll be in the next one. Yeah, that's right. Get in it. We just dropped the link for you all. You can see it there.
Yes, you can go ahead and see it. So we have two more sessions for the afternoon portion. So I want you to go look to your left, look to your right. If your friend was in here before and they not in here, say, get in here. It's about to be good. I want everybody to put in the comments, it's about to be good.
It's about to be good.
It's about to be good. I'm really excited, Pastor Chandler, for our next speaker.
I am too.
And I'll tell you a little bit more about her. We have Miss Bianca Modo. She is actually the
Come on, y'all, put your hands together.
Yeah, put your hands together. Woo! She is actually the TMM, the Master's Mind. She's the program director. Huh? Oh, she is the Master's Mind program director. So meaning, when you guys come and hear her session, you're going to be like, we get y'all and her? Yeah. And the coaches and the master classes and the resources and the portal is so much more. So she is an experienced personal branding and image consultant. She's going to tell you about all the different logos and the people that she's helped over the past few years. But this is going to be a good and practical session, okay? Because everybody needs a brand. How many of you guys are struggling to identify your personal brand? Let me see what they say in the comments. How many like, what's a brand? What's a brand?
And you know what, Prophet Chanel? We all, and whether you know it or not, you are branding yourself. by not branding yourself, you're branding yourself. So that's so good.
Let me see what they talking about. What's the me? Me is the I don't know what I don't got a brand. Some of y'all was like, you know what?
Even when we said it earlier, it was like, wait, am I supposed to? Yes, you are supposed to be. That is a space, especially now with all information coming at you. You got to be intentional with your messaging and intentional with who you are out there in the marketplace.
Absolutely. So I'm excited to have Minister Bianca Modo. You said you keep changing stuff. Y'all need to come on in the master's mind so we can get you together so you can be consistent. Do you know that consistency pays? Consistency pays. When you stay consistent in a thing, then I'm just gonna say this one tip. Then I'm gonna let Minister Bianca come up and give y'all all the goodness. But I'm gonna tell y'all my pet peeve. Y'all can get these wisdom nuggets. When you are like 15 brands, right? Because somebody told y'all gotta have 18 streams of revenue. Okay, so you done created 18 businesses. You do hair. You sell plates. You have a T-shirt line. You do taxes. You do coaching. You a life coach and a business coach. You do websites and you a Canva expert. And so you're going on social media and you're saying all these things and you got all the logos, all the websites. You're like, it's just a family, a tree. I'm like P&G solo. And then you're trying to figure out, well, come up in the masses might be like, man, I can't get no clients. I don't know what you do. Which one? Am I going to get the hairdresser today? Am I going to get the T-shirt line? And so what happens is nobody knows what you do because you haven't branded yourself. So we can't even refer people to you. And then you're not even attracting the right people who would even come to you because they don't know what you do. We all confused. I'm like, I don't know. So
the worst person to be confused is not even just other people, but you.
Yeah.
And now when you go before the camera, you don't even know how to share it with conviction and confidence because your conversation is not one thing. You have not streamlined the conversation.
And you're right, because we'll ask you, well, what do you, how many of this is y'all? Well, tell me about your business. Well, I do a bunch of things. I am, I do a little hair on the side, and I'm a business coach, and I got a nonprofit. And I got a boutique too, and like I'm sitting up here like, well, which one are you? So real quick, one last nugget: when you brand yourself and you step boldly, people will literally send you clients because they will know if you decide I'm gonna be the hairstylist and I'm gonna be the best hairstylist I could be. Yes, I'm talented and so many other things, but when they want somebody that know how to do some bomb sew-ins, and you decided you was going to be the sewing queen, now people can come to you. And when you stay consistent in that thing, it will pay. So
consistency is the key to breakthrough.
Absolutely. All right. So without further ado, we're going to bring up Miss Bianca Modo. Woo! Y'all give her a hand clap.
Well, good afternoon. I hope y'all are good and full. I am. I had some salad. Y'all can tell me what y'all ate inside the chat. And I'm going to bring my Zoom back up. Hey, y'all. Okay, y'all going to have to interact with me. I'm not even going to start until y'all interact with me. So where y'all at? Okay. I'm like, hey, okay. All right. Well, welcome to session 3. You all made it. We are going to discuss your brand today. So I'm super excited. Really quickly, thank you, Prophetess Chanel and Pastor Chandler, for the introduction. Yes, I am a brand strategist, and my one thing, I'm one of those people, I do all the things, but I do things well. But I am a brand strategist. I help thought leaders to build their credibility, plain and simple, right? And so I wanted to let you all know how important building a strong brand is, okay? And we're going to get real practical. I only have but so much time. If you've ever been in my training, I'm going to give you everything that I have, all the sauce. So please make sure you are taking notes. If you need to screenshot, whatever it is you need to do, just make sure that you are taking notes, okay? And so building a strong brand is essential to standing out from the crowd and reaching your target audience, okay? So how many of you know who your target audience is? You've got it down packed. And I'm going to see in the chat. You can just give me a little hand in the chat, right? How many of you know? Okay. And then how many of you are like, I don't really know. I kind of know. I don't know. I'm just talking to people. I'm talking to the wind, and I'm praying and wishing and hoping that somebody is going to buy my stuff. Okay. And that is normally what we're doing. And so when you have that strong brand, right? When you have a strong brand, it's going to ensure long-term success. It's going to create value for your customers. Okay. And so let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and get started. And I have a presentation for y'all. So I got a team. They're helping me in the back. And we're going to move together. We got it. Okay. So I have worked with numerous clients from various industries, and I've helped them to build powerful brands that stand out, and also to reach their customers and create a lasting impact. Somebody say lasting impact. Right, okay. And so one of my quotes that I just hold dear to my heart, I say, brand is emotion, brand is personality, and if you want to be remembered, create a brand. Some of you don't even know that you are your brand, right? You have this business, you have this ministry, but you think that the business, you're working backwards, you think that the business is supposed to be doing the work for you. Like you're building out these logos, you're doing these websites, you're just doing all the things, right? And you don't really understand why you haven't hit your 6 figures, why you haven't hit 7 figures. You also don't really understand why you're not really talking to clients. So you're calling people, maybe you're making some sales, but it just doesn't seem like people just like, I don't really know if I should be buying that. And it's a consistent thing. And so that's an audience problem. You're probably talking to the wrong people. And not only are you probably talking to the wrong people, you're probably not representing the brand that you're presenting to them. So let's just say that you have this nice logo and this nice website. It's really, really pretty. And then I meet you and you look broke, busted, and disgusted. I love you. I love you. I love you. However, it is what it is, right? And so some of us have these standards and these expectations of having this brand, but people can't even relate to you. They don't even, they don't know you. They don't like you. They don't trust you. And you have this website, and that's all you have. And so today, we are going to talk about skyrocketing your brand. So you can go to the next slide. And so here you can see some of the things that I have done. I have been on the cover of magazines. I have written a Amazon best-selling book. I have been on podcasts. I've been on TV. And I've been in plenty of speaking engagements. And so this is something that I am very intentional about. This wasn't a happenstance. Yes, this is a gifting and an anointing. However, I have been very intentional about building my brand, and I want to help you all to do the same. And so before we get started and we deep dive into it, I really want to hear, see in the chat, I want you to kind of share your goals for your brand in 2023. Just let me know in the chat. I kind of want to know where you are because I'm going to go back and I really want to look. I do things like this because I am the program director. I get to do things like this, but I want to kind of know where you are in your branding process. Okay, so some of you are talking. You said clarification. Okay, sharing. Okay, making a brand. Okay, got it. Keep going. Let me know. Building my community. Okay, exposure, niching down, messaging. Honing my niche, increasing brand visibility. All of these are perfect. All of these are something that you do. And did you know you've got to do all of it? You got to do all of it. You can't just pick and choose. Brand strategy, it's just that. It's a strategy. And everyone is different. Everyone is going to have a different process. So what I might give Sharice, I might not give Angeline. Angeline is not going to follow the same exact thing that Sharice is doing, right? Everybody has to go and walk their own path. That's why God created us as the individuals, right? That's why we all have that unique fingerprint. We all have a unique fingerprint. There is something that we are supposed to place in this earth, and there is a path that we have to take to get there. So we have to understand how to get there, okay? So let's talk about developing brand authority, all right? So what is brand authority? Does anyone know? I'm just going to tell you. So it's two things. Brand authority is the level of trust and recognition that your brand has in its specific industry or market, okay? And then number two is establishing brand authority helps you to stand out and positions you as a thought leader in your field. So brand authority essentially is I am the number one accountant. I am the number one life coach. I am the number one caterer in my industry, right? People know me. You're thinking right now in your mind, you're thinking of companies, you're thinking of brands that you know. We know the faces of those brands. Lots of the times we know the CEOs of those brands, right? So that is brand authority. So why is brand authority important? Well, brand authority is going to build trust and credibility with your audience, okay? It increases your brand's visibility and reach, and it sets you apart from competitors and helps you to stand out in a crowded market. Lots of times we build our brands and we're creating our brands, and like I said, we're creating our logos and our websites, but we haven't really built the trust. We haven't built credibility with people. We're not getting in front of people and speaking in front of the right people. We're not at conferences. We're not at trade shows. We're not at specific industry events, right? You have to make sure if you're niching down, right? Somebody said they want to niche down. If you want to niche down, then you've got to go to your audience, or you've got to start talking to the people that are associated with your audience, right? And so let's talk about some strategies for developing brand authority, all right? And so I have a few here. So number one, you want to create valuable and informative content that establishes you as an expert in your field. What does that mean? That means you're showing up on social media. That means you're showing up. You have on your website, you have a blog. Now LinkedIn allows you to write articles, right? You are continuously showing up and showing people that you are the expert in your field, okay? So even if, like I said, you're going to speaking engagements, you are booking and you're talking, and just every single time you are letting people know what you know. Sometimes we get a little stingy, right, with our information because we're like, no, I don't want anybody to steal my stuff. Nobody, don't take my stuff, right? And that's the purpose. Let them take your stuff. I'm telling you, let them take your stuff, because at the end of the day, if you're so worried about somebody stealing from you, in the sense of you're worried about, I'm giving all this information, they're going to take it and they're going to run with it. Let them try. That's why you're the expert. You're making it easier for them. So give them the information. You give them knowledge, right? And people are going to save your stuff. They're going to share it with people. You may not get all the likes, but keep sharing the content. Number two, use social media, like I said, to showcase your knowledge and engage with your audience. We kind of talked about that. Number three, network with other thought leaders and industry professionals to expand your reach. Some of you may not know me. I'm going to tell you now. I sit on a lot of boards. I sit on a lot of boards. I associate myself with the industries that I feel are going to benefit my company, my brands, right? And so as a brand strategist, I also have a nonprofit. I'm specifically looking for international groups. I know that my company is called Modo Global. I know that I'm going global. That means I need to be talking to people who are global, who are around the world, who are from different backgrounds. And so what I have done is I have associated myself with these people. I am showing up at these events. I'm getting my face out there. And lots of times you're wondering why people aren't picking you for something, when what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to be showing up to these events. You're supposed to be talking with these people and networking with these people. And then when you leave, your reputation stays here. And so now you've got people vetting for you. You don't even know it, right? You've got people going, hey, all right, I know this real dope Pastor Chandler, right? And he got this Kingdom Business Network, and he got a co-visionary, and her name Prophetess Chanel. She got a publishing company, and like this is literally what I'm doing. I am always like telling people about my friends. Yeah, I know somebody who does that. That's what you want people to do for you, but you've got to show up in the room. If you're not showing up in the room, they're not going to know you. Okay, I ain't gonna preach today. Look. All right, because we got to get through this, y'all. Okay. We want you to share your success story and your case studies that demonstrate your expertise, right? And so a lot of you, something that I hear quite often, especially when when I say I work with thought leaders, I'm working with doctors. I work with people in fields, they're coaches, they're consultants. They have been in corporate 10, 20 years, and they come to me and they're like, well, I want to do this thing that I've been doing in corporate for 10 plus years. I don't think I'm qualified. And I'm like, but you have all this experience. Not only did you forget the degrees, I'm not even talking about the bachelor's degrees that we have, the master's degrees, the doctorates, the certifications. We have all of these things. And for some reason, we don't feel like we're good enough. But you are. And I'm going to tell you why you don't feel like you're good enough. It's because you're not keeping track of your success stories. Oh, somebody said it. You're not keeping track of your success stories. You're not keeping track of the case studies. I hear God right now, and he was like, there's so many of you that have helped somebody get to the next level, and you know it, and they know it, and nobody else knows it. So when somebody comes to you and they're like, well, what have you done? And you're like, I don't know. You don't have a website. You have no testimonials. First thing when people start working with me and I'm like, all right, you've been doing this. You have experience. Go get the testimonials. Come back. Period. I have a script. In TMM, what? Didn't I give y'all? That was one of the first things I did. Hey, here's a script. Go get your testimonials. Because at the end of the day, I know that you have the experience. Even if you got to go to your corporate job, some of you are scared. Well, I don't want them to know that I'm branching out and starting a business. So, no, I want them to know. I'm real bold in this season. It's bold up here. This is a bold in the room. I don't know what's going on. So you just want to make sure, but I do. I wanted to really reiterate that because some of you really feel like you're just not good enough. I feel that even on my Zoom room, right? I'm not good enough. You are. You just don't have a track record. Get your track record together. Okay. And then develop a unique brand voice and consistently deliver high quality content. Like I said, keep showing up. Show up on social media. Show up on your website. Keep doing webinars. Keep doing the training. Something is going to stick, but you have to be consistent. You have to show up. Must be present to win. You've got to be present to win. If you're not present and you're wondering where your money is, you're wondering where your opportunities are, you're not even here. You're not even in the room. You're jealous of other people in rooms and you won't even go. You have an open door. You've got people. You're not even opening your mouth to ask somebody to bring you in the room. You're just mad they in the room. Come on. All right. So let's talk about, we had our 3S framework, right? We were talking about sustainability. We're talking about strategies. We're talking about systems. And I want to talk about the role of sustainability inside of maintaining brand authority and what that means. So when I say the word sustainability, I really want to clarify this word, right? When we think about the word sustainability, most time we're thinking about eco-friendly. We're thinking about recycling. We're thinking like those words, right? What we're meaning here is maintaining what God is giving you. This is what we're talking about, okay? Having longevity in your brand and your business. That's what we mean by being sustainable, okay? So you know that you're an expert. You're an expert in your 9 to 5. You've been doing whatever it is. You've been coaching. You've been coaching for free. Some of you, hello. You've been coaching for free for 5 years. You've been going live on Facebook, coaching and doing stuff. And now it's time for people to pay you. And now you've got to, so you were over here and we're talking about maintaining it. So I still got authority. I still need my authority when I step over here and I start charging people. Something happens it's just something that happens when we take that step. When we say, oh, I'm going to charge for this, now all of a sudden we don't feel good enough. So sustainability practices and initiatives can demonstrate social responsibility, right? And ethical practices, right? I talked about. These can help to build trust with your audience. Okay, so incorporating those sustainable practices into your branding and marketing efforts can help you stand out in a crowded market. So if I am sustainable, if I am consistent, if I am making sure that my brand strategy is on point, that my brand positioning, that my brand mission, that my brand vision. Some of y'all, I'm using words and you're like, I don't even know the difference. That's okay. You come in TMM, I'm going to tell you. Brand values, right? All of these things have to be aligned in order for you to have a clear brand strategy. Knowing who your audience is, knowing your target audience, knowing your brand personality, knowing your competitors. Some of you don't even know your competitors because you feel like you don't have any. But somebody has already done what you've done. Maybe not the way that you do it, maybe not the way that God is calling you to do it, but they've already done what you've done. So now you've got to come in and tweak it, see what worked. We're just not going to use sage and crystals to get there. Hello. We've got to see what worked, and now we got to figure out how to do it God's way. It's a difference, okay? Long-term thinking. This is what sustainable means, that long-term thinking. Sustainable practices are often more focused on long-term thinking rather than short-term profits. Branding, if you take nothing else away from this, let's talk about what branding is. Branding means that I am going to be here. I'm leaving a legacy. My brand is leaving a legacy, and I am thinking long-term. That means my decision making, because I have a brand strategy, my decision making, I'm not going to just do anything for a quick buck, basically. Because at the end of the day, I got to look myself in the mirror. One, I got to deal with God, and I'm scared of him. I don't know about y'all. But I have to look myself in the mirror after those decisions. And I have to say, is this even aligned with who I am at my core? If I hold integrity inside of me, are the decisions that I'm making, are they going to follow me? Y'all, we're seeing in the news, and this is great because I talk about credibility. We're seeing in the news how these CEOs are getting in trouble for something that they did when they were 20. This is why we really got to talk to our younger generation, right? Because we think, oh, it's in the past. Yeah, it is in the past. God forgave it. I forgive myself. God forgave me. I forgive those people, right? But at the end of the day, we still have to be conscious of the decisions that we're making in our businesses, in our lives, in our relationships, all of these things. So thinking long term, that is being sustainable, okay? This is going to help you to build your brand's authority over time, demonstrating that commitment to a better future, all right? So let's talk about building a visual brand presence. And I'm checking my time. So visual branding is a crucial element of building a strong presence. It creates a lasting impression on your audience and helps to establish your brand's identity and credibility. Some of your websites, some of your branding, some of your social media, some of y'all don't even have social media. There's a lot of times when I'm asking people, they have a business. I'm like, oh, send me your website. Send me your social media. Y'all know in TMM, I am big on this. Hey, send it to me. Let me see it. Let me see the landing page. You're selling me something. Let me see it. Let's take that back. you're selling me something, even if you just have a product link, what does the product look like? And we're expecting people to just, and people get offended if you won't buy their stuff. These, and I appreciate the hustle, right? When you see people out hustling on the street, I just want to tell like the young boys outside, I'm like, put a suit on. If you're gonna be out here passing water, just put a suit on. I promise you're gonna get a different response from people. But you're outside, you're passing out water, and we want to help you, but your pants are sagging. You look like you don't care. And some of that, there's some other things behind some of those things. Y'all know, like, insert real quick. So my nonprofit works with human trafficking. That we are anti-trafficking. That's what we do. There's a lot of things that I'm able to spot. But for the most part, when you see people and they're selling stuff, when you go to these vending events and you're looking at whatever it is that they have, right, and you're like, what is this? I don't even know what this is. All right, well, I want to buy this later. Where can I find it? I can't find it anywhere. I can't find you. I can't find, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, this looks real sketchy. Some of y'all look sketchy to people. That's why they're not buying from you. Some of y'all are asking people for $5,000 and you've never even invested in $5,000 into anything. That's a whole different story. But you're asking for this money and your business looks sketchy, okay? So we really want to make sure that visual branding is matching what it is that you're offering. Your visual branding should be consistent across all touch points, right? Touch points. That means my website, my social media, my marketing materials, my business card, the way I dress. You're not in the room, but you can see. So yes, this is one of my brand colors, right? And I don't think you guys can see my laptop, but if you can see my laptop matches. They were talking about me in the room earlier. They was like, yo, Mac, your laptop got the, yes, these are my brand colors. I'm serious about this. I walk it and I talk it. Yes, absolutely. So you want to be consistent across all of your touch points, okay? And so the importance of visual branding. Visual branding has a powerful impact on your audience's perception of your brand. Brand strategy, I'm a certified image consultant, so they go together. So that means I get to work on your brand. I do personal branding. I get to work on your business and branding. I get to brand you. I get to make sure that the brand personality matches what you're selling and your services. And then I get to go into your closet and make sure that, okay, well, how are you showing up? Sometimes it's your website looks great. Your logo is great. You know what? I like you. You're cool. But you're not really matching. Your look is throwing me off. And it's real. I'm just being real. Think about it. If you see somebody and they're offering coaching programs, let's just say a coaching program, and one of them is in a nice dress, or it's a man, they're in a nice suit, they dress real nice, and then the other one is in t-shirt and jeans. Be real, who you buying from? The one in the suit. It's a no-brainer for me. When you put them next to one another, it's a no-brainer. Some of you are really like, nah, my look doesn't matter. It matters. It matters. It matters how you show up. It matters how you're showing up when you're doing these webinars. Some of you are not converting on your webinars. You just can't figure out what it is. You're not even confident. It's not just your look. You're not even confident in what you're selling. So we're visual people. It's just the way we're made. We're humans, right? We see. If you can see, then our eyes are naturally drawn to certain features. Sometimes we don't even notice, right? Some of us are drawn to certain colors. Notice if someone comes in and they're wearing a bright, beautiful color, you're going to be like, oh, hey, you look good, right? It matters because your visual branding conveys your brand's personality and values. So it is essential that you're building a strong emotional connection with your audience. Some of you don't even know your visual branding is even an emotional connection. You are evoking emotions out of people by the way that you look. You're either going to evoke a ooh or you're going to evoke a ooh. Like, there's a difference, right? So you have to be conscious of that. Okay, and so some strategies for creating a visually appealing and consistent brand presence. You want to choose a color scheme and typographic that aligns with your brand's personality. If you're fun and bubbly, you might have the script. If you're more professional, it might be sans. Whatever that is, the colors, right? If you are more of an authoritative or luxury brand, right? What are you going to have? You're going to, as you see it, the blacks, the golds, the whites. You see that with all the luxury brands, a darker color, right? You've got to make sure that everything is consistent. Use high quality visuals and photography that aligns with your brand's aesthetics and messaging. Some of you don't have professional images, and it irks my soul. It irks me when I see you're going to this, you're at a conference, somebody asks you to come be on their conference and their panel, and they ask you for your headshot. Hello. And you send them something that you took at the barbecue. You cut your cousins out the picture. I'm serious. Like, I see it. And y'all see it too. That's why y'all laughing. It's serious. You don't have, stop using, and selfies can be okay for certain things. But when we're talking about, if you're talking about we're talking about taking our brands to the next level. Okay? That means we're getting in rooms we weren't in. How are people getting in the rooms? I'm telling you, y'all, I'm telling you the sauce. Like I am telling you that I am constantly around big wigs. I'm just gonna keep it honest with you, okay? I am in the room with millionaires and billionaires constantly. So I know how they're showing up. I know how they're showing up to networking events. I know all of these things, right? So I'm not telling you something that, one, I don't practice, but that I don't see, okay? Develop brand guidelines that define your visual style across all channels, okay? You want to make sure, like I said, you have a clear brand strategy, and you want to make sure that you have actually defined how you want your brand to look. Make sure that you're continuously monitoring your visual branding to ensure that it is consistent. So let's talk about branding strategies. What are branding strategies? I keep saying that word. You're like, okay, branding strategies, all these pieces. What is that? So branding strategies refer to a set of intentional actions that businesses take to create a unique and recognizable brand. So effective branding strategies should differentiate your brand from competitors, communicate your values and message clearly, and establish a strong brand reputation. It gets you in the room. Long story short, your branding strategy is what's going to get you in the room. And that's probably why you're not where you want to be, because you don't have a clear brand strategy, okay? And so to get there, you want to identify your unique selling proposition, right? A lot of people call this the elevator pitch. What is it that makes you different from everyone else? And so your unique selling proposition, it's what sets your brand apart from the competition. It's essential to identify your USP and weave it into your branding strategy. So that way you are ensuring that it is consistent across all platforms, okay? So just an example. Here are some examples on the next slide. Our service guarantees 100% satisfaction rate or your money back, right? You hear that all the time. We offer the fastest delivery time in the industry. Our product is made with eco-friendly materials, making it better for the environment. Our company has won multiple awards for innovation and customer service. Our software includes the most advanced security features to protect your data. What makes you different? There's a sea of coaches out there. There's a sea of consultants out there. There's a sea of accountants out there. There's a sea of everything, right? What makes you different? You want to create a consistent brand message. Consistency is key when developing a strong brand message. You want to ensure that your marketing materials align, right? We talked about that. And by doing so, you are establishing that cohesive brand experience for your audience. Some of you need to work on creating an experience. say customers and clients. Y'all know the difference between a customer and a client? Tell me in the chat. Do you know the difference between a customer and a client? Talked about this last night. Say yeah. Let me know. Yes. Yes, no. You thought they were interchangeable. Y'all still there? Okay. Thank you. Client, friend, client, family, customer. Okay. See, y'all. Some of y'all don't even know the difference. I'm gonna tell you what's the difference. A customer. Think about this. McDonald's, Target, Walmart. Very transactional. Not only is it transactional, I may or may not see you again. How often, I know with McDonald's, I don't even eat McDonald's. I might go get a fish fillet sandwich every once a quarter, once a year or something. You may or may not see me again. It depends when you're going to see me. I don't really know you. You know, I just throw a burger at you and then I send you on your way, right? That's a customer. A client is somebody that I know intimately. I've built a relationship with this person, okay? That's the difference. You want to build client experiences. That's how you're going to build longevity and sustainability within your business, okay? So, let's talk about effective branding strategies, all right? So they require intentionality, consistency, and sustainability. So I really wanted y'all to understand because we've been saying the word sustainable, and I'm just like, I don't know if they're getting what we mean by sustainable. This is what we mean. And so creating that effective branding strategy, it takes time, resources, and planning, okay? You want to create impactful opportunities. What does that mean? All right, I was talking about opportunities, getting yourself in the room. So that means attracting the right people and opportunities to your brand. That means being in the right place at the right time. That means that you're doing the work whether somebody is looking at you or not. That's what that means. And then being sustainable, intentional, okay, and intentional, sustainable and intentional to your brand growth, the approach to your brand growth. So you're not sitting around. Prophetess Chanel is always talking about this in the mastermind. She was like, what are you doing to get the money? Are you sitting in the house expecting people to knock on your door and know your brand? Or are you being intentional and showing up in whatever room? Or are you being intentional about your visual presence and you're at Target and you just look like somebody that I need to know? And it just makes me go, hey, I don't know what you do. Have you gotten that? Have y'all dressed up just really nice and you're just out and somebody goes, I don't know what you do, but you look like somebody to know. That's what I'm talking about. You want those moments. Those are the moments that you're looking for. Imagine you getting those moments every day. Y'all, I get these moments every single day, but I'm intentional. I show up. I try my hardest, y'all, not to leave the house. Because sometimes, y'all would like, I'm just going to run to the gas station real quick. Throw my hair up, put on some sweats, and somebody will steal. Hey, and I'm just like, I'm really over here trying to be incognito, but I have that anointing, right? Sometimes when you just got it, you got it. It is what it is. Be confident in that. God made you that way. There's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and be confident. Okay. And I'm running out of time. And so why creating impactful opportunities matters, it encourages brand recognition and growth. When you're intentional, when you're showing up in this room, it encourages that brand recognition. People know you. I saw you somewhere. I saw you at that other event. Oh, yeah, you were vending. You were speaking. That was you. Oh, I remember. You were so amazing. I didn't get a chance to get to talk to you last time. Can we talk now? These are the moments that you're looking for. It provides a platform for collaborations and partnerships. Some of y'all are waiting on your collaborations and your partners, but you are not ready. No one wants to partner with you because you're not ready. It's time to get ready. And then increases your brand visibility and authority. That's what it's all about. Increasing your authority, building your credibility. That's the whole purpose. And then, of course, it boosts your revenue. We want more money. It boosts your revenue and your market share, okay? And so you want to attract the right people. And attracting the right people means understanding your brand's unique value propositions, right? We kind of talked about that earlier. Your target audience, so that you're able to identify impactful opportunities. If you don't know your target audience, you're not going to know what rooms that you need to be in, point blank, period. Crafting, engaging in interactive campaigns that resonate with your audience and leave that lasting impression, okay? Leveraging social media and other digital channels to amplify the brand message and create a reach to reach a wider audience, right? So some of you just aren't using social media properly. You're just posting out there. You're not using any hashtags. You're not interacting with any other pages. So you've got 100 followers and you think that the world is just supposed to see because you posted. You're not being intentional. And making sure you're incorporating storytelling elements into your branding strategies so that you create that emotional connection with customers and build a loyal following. People want to know the pain points that you solve. They want to know your background. They want to know the story that you came from. Why are you in this? Why are you doing this? Why did you start this brand in the first place? Is it because you have a nonprofit? Is it because you want to do something bigger in the world? What is it that made you want to start this business in the first place? And then attract the right opportunities, okay? So that means collaborating with relevant industry players. I said that, right? And influencers to create these opportunities. You want to creating innovative partnerships to drive customer engagement and loyalty, such as exclusive offers or limited edition product releases. And you can do this when you go into other people's communities and things like that. That'll actually bring them to you. Utilizing data-driven insights, that's research, big word, research, to measure and optimize the impact of the branding initiative. So the things that you're doing, measuring the impact that whatever you're doing, your branding strategies, just making sure that you're measuring your social media metrics, your website, all of these different things. And then staying up to date with emerging trends and cultural shifts to stay relevant and connect with consumers in a meaningful way. AI is big right now, and there's a lot of people. How many of you are using it? How many people are actually using AI right now? I use it all the time. The moment I realized it came out and I realized I did not have to write all of my own copy anymore, and I knew how to ask the right questions inside of AI, y'all are going to get left behind. You have to stay relevant with the trends, okay? And then finally, that sustainable, being a sustainable and intentional approach, establish these clear goals and objectives for your brand, right? Consistently deliver high quality products and services. We talked about that client experience. Focus on building lasting relationships with customers and industry partners, and continuously evaluate and improve your brand strategy, all right? And so creating impactful opportunities is essential for brand growth. Attracting the right people and opportunities requires a sustainable and intentional approach, okay? So consistency and sustainability are key to building a strong brand and attracting high quality opportunities. I know I gave you guys so much. I told you I only have so much time, and I pour. I hope that you all were able to get that. But if you don't get anything else, if you don't get nothing else, can you get these key takeaways? You get the key takeaways that you have. And for some of you that have the VIPs, that have the workbook, this is actually what it was asking you. What are my 5 key takeaways, okay? Here we go. 5 key takeaways. Building brand authority takes time and consistent effort, okay? Number 1. Number 2, visual branding plays a crucial role in establishing brand credibility, okay? Number 3, effective branding strategies require intentionality, consistency, and sustainability. Number 4, opportunities are attracted to strong brands that are consistent and sustainable. And of course, number 5, always seek to grow and improve your brand and invest in sustainable resources, all right? A lot of you are trying to do a lot of this by yourself. That's why you're not getting where you want to get, okay? So I really want you to be intentional. The word is intentional. Today is the word is intentional, okay? We're going to be intentional about our brand strategies. We're going to be intentional about how we're showing up as kingdom entrepreneurs and ministry leaders and influencers, all right? We are intentional. And so we're going to talk about it a little bit later. Talk about the Master's Mind, of course. Like Prophetess Chanel said, I am the program director inside of the Master's Mind. So we do a lot of this. And my mentees get to call me and text me and schedule all kind of calls, and we go over this, okay? We talk about this. But at the end of the day, you're responsible for the success of your business. You are the one that is, you're responsible for the success of there's no one else that is responsible. So God gave you this gift, and now he's saying, what are you going to do with it? Where is the plan? Because he's not always going to give us the whole, like he might give us, he's going to give us an outline. But when it comes to these strategies and the sales strategies, right? And how do I brand, and who am I supposed to talk to? And what is my my contract and my proposal supposed to look like? And all of, like, God is like, go get help. Stop trying to do everything by yourself. Because the moment that you are intentional about stopping doing everything by yourself is the moment that God is going to come in, sweep in, and take your business to the next level. Ooh, hello. So I just want you all to truly consider, it's that time. We're in March of 2023. We have 9 months left. Almost, we're about to be 8 months left in the year. Where are you in 2023? What have you accomplished? If you in 2019, 2020, you was talking about you was going to launch that business and you haven't launched that business, or you launched and you're not getting anywhere, that's a sign that it's time to do something different. This is a season to do something different. The moment that you step and do something different and trust God and step out of your comfort zone, because if you're not willing to get out of your comfort zone, I'm telling you, this is from experience. The moment that you say yes to God, everything is going to change for you. So I really hope that this has helped everyone. I'm definitely out of time. We're going to have a Q&A session a little later, so you still have time to join us for VIP. But I am done. So I'm going to pass it off. I think we're going to go into a panel next. So we have some of our mastermind members who are going to sit with us and talk. It's going to be me. I'm going to talk with them. But we're going to have a nice little session and really talk. So I just thank Prophetess Chanel and Pastor Chandler for giving me this opportunity to be up here. And I'm going to pass the mic.
Wow. Thank you, Bianca. Minister Bianca. Everybody give her a round of applause. That was so good. So my question is, y'all know I'm going to ask a question. My question is, what's the one takeaway that you got, right? The one big takeaway. Studio audience, y'all can just shout it out. Those of you who are in the Zoom, click the comment, put it in the comments. You are your brand, okay? You said what? A visual brand presence. What'd you say, Earl? A clear brand strategy, okay? How many of y'all was like, oh, that was just a lot. I'm still digesting. Right? You still digesting? Anybody on Zoom still digesting? Did anybody say they still digesting? I can't see. I'm sure you guys are still digesting. So here's the thing. If you're still digesting, that's good. That means you weren't supposed to eat alone. So many of you are eating alone. You're building your business alone. You're doing it alone. You've even said, I'm all by myself. I ain't got nobody, no nothing. Sitting at a whole table alone by yourself. You don't have anyone to share the meal with. And so you get in spaces like this, you feel so overwhelmed. That's why we created the Master's Mind. I'm excited for the next panel. We're going to play a quick video as we transition. These are all the Master's Mind. They're current Master's Mind members. No, this isn't the time to drop off. This is the time to hear from their perspective about what God is doing in their business, how they did business God's way. We're going to be monitoring the comments, and you get to hear strategies from other people. I know myself, Pastor Chandler, Minister Bianca have done a great job of sharing insight, but everybody put in the comments, it's not over. It's not over. And then after the panel, I love panels because you get to get so many perspectives. And they're all experts. We have some phenomenal people that are doing our panel. We got accountants, pastors, financial experts, event planners. Like, these are people that are doing big business. So you're going to want to hear from them, okay? And then after that, myself and Pastor Chandler will come up and do some closing remarks. And then we're going to do, remember, VIP, y'all, VIP is where it said we're going to have an after party in which we'll have a moment to unpack a lot of the things. Because some of you guys, some of the VIP, y'all came in was asking a lot of good questions, and we only had enough time for hot seats. So this is going to be a after party where you'll have a chance to ask me and Pastor Chandler, Minister Bianca, anything that you want, and we'll spend that time with you. So it's not over. So we're getting ready to transition into the panel. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.